If Victorian weddings were supposed to be joyful, why do so many brides in old paintings look heartbroken? Look through enough Victorian art and you will notice something strange. Again and again, the bride isn't smiling. She is crying, looking away, or staring into the distance as if she doesn't want the wedding to happen at all. So were artists simply being dramatic, or they were painting something that many women actually experienced? For many wealthy families during the Victorian period, marriage wasn't mainly about love. It was often about money, land, family connection, or social status. Parents usually played the biggest role in choosing a husband, and before the wedding even took place, lawyers from both families often prepared detailed marriage settlements. In many ways, marriage could feel more like a business agreement than a love story. That reality inspired many Victorian artists. One famous painting before the wedding shows a young bride collapsed on the floor in tears while her father stands nearby. Nothing in the room suggests celebration. Instead, everything points to a young woman who feels powerless to change what is about to happen. Another painting, The Hesitant Fiancé, tells a similar story. The bride is surrounded by women trying to comfort her, but her face says everything. She isn't looking at her beautiful dress, she isn't admiring the flowers. Instead, she stares silently into the distance, as though she already knows her future has been decided. Beside her, a younger girl tries on the bridal wreath in front of a mirror. It's a small detail, but it creates a powerful contrast. One sister dreams about marriage, the other is already living its reality. Perhaps the most heartbreaking examples is the unequal marriage. The painting shows a very young bride standing beside a much older, wealthy groom. Tears roll down her face while the ceremony continues around her. The artist wasn't trying to paint a fairy tale. He was showing a problem that many people recognized at the time. Another painting, After the Wedding, continues the story. The ceremony is over, but the happiness never arrived. The young bride sits alone while her much older husband quietly appears at the door. There are no celebrations, only silence. For many Victorian women, life offered very few choices. They could not easily control their own money, own property independently after marriage in many circumstances, or build an independent career. Their future often depended first on their family and then on their husband. That is why these paintings still feel so emotional today. They aren't simply beautiful works of art, they quietly capture the hopes, fears and limited choices that shaped many women's lives during the Victorian era. Today, we often look at old wedding portraits and see elegant dresses and grand ceremonies. But sometimes, if you look beyond the lace and flowers, you begin to notice the story written on the bride's face,